Hello there, and happy Earth Day 2022 to you. I'm on the front page of Google for a search term, Flat Earth. It has been, for me, 7 years since I first realized that the Earth is nothing like it's been described to me for the previous years of my life. Once you determine that the surface of water does not exhibit any properties of curvature, and of course I'm talking about large standing bodies of water, not the little droplets that people like to refer to, are the idea that water forms waves when in motion. I'm talking about a standing body of water sitting still. There is no curvature to that surface, and once you understand that curvature doesn't exist at a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, then you realize that the globe is a completely impossible model. And the notion that's always presented that, well, look, you see a circular sun, you see a round moon, surely the Earth isn't immune from these rules that define the objects in the sky above us. Absolute logical fallacy, but it seems to really weigh heavily, because I've had plenty of conversations with people in my own life, and that one locks people in. They immediately reference the sky and make this presumption that the Earth is bound by the same rules that apply to the objects above their head. There's no logical connect there. That's just presumption. The surface of the Earth is what it is, regardless of what happens above our heads. So anyway, the main topic of today's video is actually the moon, an object above our head. And I wanted to bring your attention something very interesting that I discovered this week on a channel called Moses Pendulum. And I'll link, of course, to the videos in the description. In particular, I found very interesting his parts 2 and 3 of a video series where he introduces the idea that the moon can be seen rising from inside of the horizon when viewed from a high altitude. And in order to demonstrate that, he presents some video footage taken in Hawaii, looking out from Halakala towards Hanakauai. I hope I'm not butchering those names too badly. I apologize. But you can see in the still screen on the video here a line called Salida della Luna. And again, this image here is just a still frame. I'm going to play this in a moment, but he's got these reference points, and I just want to make a few little observations before we take a look at what you're going to see. He's got this marked at this position as where the moon is actually going to arrive into this picture. And I just want you to think about that for a moment. Do you really think that's going to happen? Now, he's got this labeled as the celestial horizon. And I think that it's kind of appears that this is solid on some footage I've looked at. But I actually think it's more likely that it's just an atmospheric muggy layer. This is a high layer of clouds, and then this reflective surface below is the sea. Now, when the stars start to rise, and we'll take a look at this again more carefully in a few minutes, they seem to come from behind this position. So I think this is really the line, right about where he has the underline of Salida della Luna. I think that is the hard line of the horizon, and that this is atmospheric above it, because we can see the stars when they arise go up and over like this. So we're seeing them through this layer. But the moon nonetheless will rise from this position. And again, I'm kind of making a big deal of that because it does seem incredibly impossible. This is the reflection on the water. You can see that that reflection clearly goes back at least as far as this line here. So the moon is literally going to come into your line of sight from inside of the horizon, an absolute impossibility on the globe Earth. and a very strange scenario on a level plane. So I have this video slowed down. Let's take a look here. And in fact, let's just get my orientation, see where we're at. Okay. So I'm going to bump forward a little and just let it play. This is as the sun sets, shadow rising. The light's going to change a little now. And the moon will come into our picture in a moment. I have this slowed down. There you go. So this is the first arrival of the moon. Now, again, you saw the hard horizon when the reflection of the moonlight is above it. This line here was pretty much where the hard, watery horizon is below. And this is the moon below that horizon. It initially arrived here, now it's here. Let's continue. Again, this is the hard horizon. We can see this, the moon taking a circular shape now. And this much of it, from this line below, is still inside of the hard horizon of the Earth. It's left the clouds, and now it'll start to illuminate the water below. And you can see this is where it emerged first. Again, we saw it circular in this area here, below this line, showing, or even this line, below this line. You know, wherever you want to say the hard horizon is, it's certainly not right here because there's water back here. So that's just one video, and there's quite a few of them. And oh, okay, here's some stars. Let me just take a moment before I send you on your way and have you go visit Moses Pendulum and see for yourself some of this incredible footage and some really nice video production too. Part 3, he's kind of broken this down with some nice graphics. It's just a fascinating concept. I had no idea that this was even possible, and I put it to you. What do you think of this? So again, you can clearly see where the moon originates is right here. And if you want to say the horizon is just below this line, I think that's acceptable. But let's take a look and see as the stars rise, so I can point out what I meant. Here we go. They'll be coming up in a moment. Okay, you can see them above. Now, this one here. Let me just go back a little. Oh dear. Too far. There, see that? This guy here comes through this layer, so I don't think that is the celestial horizon. I think the celestial horizon is right here, as you can see, just under that white line. Again, I just want to try and capture that star coming through that muggy layer. There. So I think the moon should, absolutely not be seen anywhere below this point here. And that's it. Please go check out Moses Pendulum. Subscribe to his channel. It is in Spanish, so jump in to Google, get some help with translate.google.com. You can also click on the subtitles and go to settings, and then go to Spanish, and then hit auto translate and come down to English, and then you'll get some translation as the video plays. So thanks for watching, and I should have more content coming pretty soon. Please put your comments below as to what you think is going on as we witness this moon rising from inside of the horizon. Have a good one. Take care.